Hello everyone. Let me adjust this camera. Thank you guys for tuning in to Divinity Beauty Speaks. I haven't done a video in a little while, so just want to say hello everyone. How are you guys doing?
Can I have some juice?
Yes, I'm in the middle of recording, so shut the door, okay? Anyway, so I just wanted to hop on here. Like I said, I hadn't done a video in a little while. Just been having a lot of things going on personally with family, passing away, and, you know, just in the process of grieving and healing. So hopefully you guys understand. But today I just wanted to hop on here and just, you know, do like a Sunday spiel. You know, everybody is going crazy over this virus. Sorry guys. Everybody's in like panic mode, and we shouldn't be that way. If you are in tune spiritually with God, you know all of this is prophecy. You know, if you read the word, if you read your Bible, all of this stuff that's happening in the world, all this stuff is prophecy. So if you are in tune with God and you're a spiritually strong person, you shouldn't fear you know, any kind of virus or any kind of thing that is going on. But what I wanted to talk about was, you know, this is, you know, everybody's going crazy. They're going out buying face masks. They're going crazy buying tissue. And it's like, yes, a lot of people are trying to physically protect themselves. But what I want to talk about is being spiritually protected. Okay. You know, a lot of people, they're buying tissue, they're buying hand sanitizer, and all of that stuff is fine, it's dandy. But what about your spirit? What about your soul? Okay? I feel like God, He is always in charge. Whatever it is that's going on in the world, He always is in charge. Okay? So He understands. Sometimes things like this come to shake people up. Okay, and we're at a time and a place that now we're not worried about race. We're not worried about color. We're not worried about status. We're not worried about how much money you have, what you look like, none of that. People are in survival mode. They're panicking. You know, and I feel like God did this for a purpose. It's time for us to get ourselves together. It's time for us to get spiritually in tune with God and source. Because at the end of the day, when things like this happen, they're starting to shut down people going to church. They're starting to shut down people going to sporting events and things like that. That's the type of stuff that needs to happen so people can really get in tune and understand that God is in control. So if you're not, you know, in tune with Him, this is the time to do it. Okay? They're stopping people from going to games and concerts and church and things like that. And God did it for a reason. Because a lot of people, they spend all their time and energy spending all this money to go to NBA games, spending all this money to go to concerts and things like that. And then when things like this happen, where there's a world virus going on or a shortage of things going on, those people cannot help you. LeBron James he's not coming off the bench and delivering tissue and hand sanitizer to you. He ain't praying for you. Beyonce and Jay-Z and them, they not worried about handing out tissue to people that can't get tissue and water and food and things like that when there's a shortage, okay? So, you know, when things like this happen, it comes to shake us up spiritually. And I made a video about, you know, what is going on. It's a spiritual warfare. I made a video about this. It might have been last summer. I will drop the link to my video after I post this. That way you can check it out. You know, I'm very in tune spiritually with God, and I've been on this journey within the last few years, but I have visions and I have dreams, and this is something that when I did that video back in the summertime and I talked about getting ready for war, being prepared for war, this is what I'm talking about. This type of stuff that's happening right now. You have to be spiritually protected, okay? There's nothing wrong with buying your hand sanitizer, your face mask and things like that, but what about your spirit? What about your soul, okay? If you guys are in tune and you read your Bible and you read your word, things like this have already been prophesied. If you read about what they call the rapture, you know, how people are going to be caught up, passing away. You know, a lot of people think that they were just going to wake up and people just disappear from the earth and nobody knows what happened. And that is the case. But, you know, if you notice, a lot of people, they are passing away left and right. Okay, people are dropping. People are clocking out. They're clocking out. Okay, that's the rapture. Okay, we are in the end times right now. That's the rapture. People are clocking up out of here. And look at the stuff that's going on. You know, I was grieving and I was sad when I just lost my aunt. And we laid her to rest yesterday. But you know what? My soul is at peace, and I feel much better now because all of this stuff that's going on, just imagine if she was here. They're shutting down the hospitals to where if you have people that are sick, if your family members are sick, they're in the nursing homes, you can't even go and visit them. You know what I mean? So I'm just thinking, even though my aunt passed away and we miss her dearly, we know that she's safe now. We know that she's protected. We know that she is in God's arms, okay? She's protected. We don't have to worry about why we can't go see her, why we can't check on her. Is she eating? No, she's fine now. Okay, so if you guys have had loved ones that have passed away here recently or whenever, you should be grateful, that they're not here to experience this. We're the ones that are still here having experienced this hell on earth that is going on. But see, if you're strong spiritually and you're protected spiritually, this type of stuff, it doesn't touch your household. It doesn't touch you. Okay, I go out and I go to the store just like I normally would. I'm not scraping the shelves trying to find tissue and water and things like that. God provides. I go right in the store and get everything that I need and walk right out. Tissue, water, food. Matter of fact, I've got an online shop. I just click a button, honey, and it comes right to the door. Okay, so when you're spiritually in tune and you're God's chosen and you know that God will provide, this type of things, it doesn't scare you. Okay, the things that what's going on with this virus right now, it's creating fear all over the world. It's creating anxiety all over the world. And those are not from God. Okay? God doesn't have a spirit of fear. He doesn't create confusion and lack of. People are like going crazy because we're lacking water. We're lacking these resources that we need. And you have to know, like I said, it's a spiritual warfare. And I made this video months ago when I talked about this. Are you ready for war? Get ready for war. God was speaking through me then. See, I didn't understand why I did that video then. But now that it's going on, I understand. Okay, so if you guys are in tune with me and you watch my videos, go back and watch some of those videos. The things that I say, it's not coming from me. It comes from God. I talked about this, being spiritually ready for war. When things like this happen, what are you going to stand on? You going to stand on what what your friend told you? You going to stand on what they talking about on Love and Hip Hop? You gonna stand on all of these crazy reality shows? No. When stuff like this happens and it feels like it's the end of the world and people are fighting for resources, you ain't worried about what them people talking about. Ain't none of them people on Love and Hip Hop. None of them people coming to save you. Okay, none of them are coming to protect you from any of this stuff. Okay, all of that stuff is entertainment and is a distraction, and it's gotten us off a track from focusing on what we really need to be focusing on, and that's getting our lives together before God calls us home. Okay, because we all have an expiration date. Okay, and this virus is killing thousands and thousands of people. It's the rapture. Okay, people are leaving. Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to make sure that your life is in order. And it's so crazy, like I said, on the spiritual journey, I've always been a dreamer. I've always had visions and I've always had dreams since I was a child. I didn't understand it then. And the only person that really knows this about me is my mother. She can tell you I have dreamed so many things that have come to pass later on in life. But now that I'm getting older, I'm getting more spiritually in tune. It's starting to make more sense and I'm more tapped in now. So I've started creating like a dream journal. So when I have dreams, immediately when I get up, if I can remember, I write those dreams down. And what is so crazy is about what's going on with this virus and people are, going crazy like it's the Great Depression. The stock market is failing, all kind of crazy stuff. I actually had some dreams back in January that are making sense now. And I took notes that way I could, share with you guys from my dream journal. So the first dream that I had was back on January 19th of this year, January 19th, 2020. I woke up from a dream. And in this dream, I was in a setting. It was like a Great Depression setting. Okay. It was like I was back in the Great Depression times. And I remember in this dream looking around and nobody was concerned about being black or white. Nobody was concerned about racism. Nobody was concerned about how much money they had. Nobody was concerned about what they drove, what they wore. Everybody was in survival mode. Okay? They were trying to find food. They were trying to find water. They were trying to protect their children. And it even says in the Bible, when times like this come, woe to the women that have children around this time. Yes, it's great when you see these women, they're pregnant, they're giving birth, but to have a baby in this time, when you have all of these diseases and viruses going around, then you can't even go to the store and buy your baby necessities, milk, water, diapers, wipes. It is crazy to have a baby during this time, and all of this stuff is in the word. Get in your word and read. All of this stuff is prophecy. People don't believe it until they see it. But like I said, back to my dream. I had a dream about this. I was in like a Great Depression state, and I didn't, when I woke up, I wrote it down. I'm like, what does this mean, God? What does this mean? Now that it's here, I understand. We are at a time, it's almost like the Great Depression again. They're shutting down hospitals. People don't have childcare. The schools are closing down, so people can't go to work now. They got to make provisions on work. You're not able to get the basic necessities that you need. We're not worried about how much money you got. You could have $1 million, but when you go to that store and you're trying to go somewhere and buy some water, some tissue and things like that, and it's gone. That money is not going to get you nothing. Okay? How you look, where you stay, none of that. We're all, right now, everybody's in survival mode. And so you have to be spiritually protected and know when you are in tune with God and you are God's child, He'll provide. You don't have to scrape. You don't have to fight. You don't have to worry. You don't have to panic. You don't have to fear. Just know that you are taken care of. And this pandemic or whatever they're calling it, it will not touch your home. And that brings me to another dream that I had in January. I had this dream on January 25th. Okay, and this dream was so powerful. It was so vivid. I had a dream that it was some dark figures that came to my house. They was trying to break in my house. And I know in my dream it was demons. They came to my door and they were trying to get in. And I remember being in the house with my kids and I was like, oh my God, I didn't have no kind of protection. I didn't have a gun. I didn't have nothing. All I had was like knives. So I was like, you know what? If they get in here, I'm going to do what I got to do to protect my family, right? So they ended up, breaking in my door, these entities, these dark figures. And they were younger. They were young. I could tell they were like younger in age. And they came in to my front door. They didn't come all the way in. And they approached me and I asked them what they wanted. Why were they breaking in my house? And they told me that we came to you because we realized that you got all these accounts on social media. You got all these different accounts on social media, and we feel like they're fake accounts because you're telling people about manifestation. You're telling people about praying. You're telling people about getting in tune with God. And there's no such thing. These are fake accounts. That's what they were telling me in my dream. And I just remember thinking to myself, God, I have the same power that you have. And I know I'm way more powerful than these demons, than these entities that are trying to come against me. And one of the demons, she was a female, she started taunting me. She's like, oh Lord, I guess, don't tell me that you finna bust out and pray. Don't tell me that you think that God is going to protect you, that you have angels protecting you. When I specifically told him, like, yes, God is my protector. And yes, I do have an angel on my side, Archangel Michael, my fighter. You guys have to read up in the Bible. God has angels. He's got a whole army, on his side that, like I said, it's a spiritual warfare. Just like the demons and things are in a spiritual realm, we have angels that are fighting for us every day to protect us. Okay, so in my dream, I was telling him, yes, I do have an angel on my side, Archangel Michael, my fighter. He ain't no game to play with. And in my dream, this female was saying, well, yeah, you have a female angel too. And I was thinking to myself, who do I have? I couldn't think of a female angel that I had on my side, but now that things have happened and my aunt has passed away, maybe that's who I was dreaming about. That's my female angel on my side, protecting me. But anyway, when I spoke of Archangel Michael, my fighter, when I said that, a bright light just shined out of nowhere and the demons, they fled. They fled away from my home, okay? Well, when they left, I got to make this quick. When they left, more stronger, bigger demons came back to my house, okay? You guys have to understand this was a crazy dream, but I understand what it means. They came to my house again, but this time they were bigger, they were stronger, but they were no competition for what God. When God is on your side and you have angels backing you, and you have God backing you, whatever virus, whatever negative energy, whatever comes to your doorstep, come to your home, it cannot come in. It will not have no effect on you. It will not touch your children. It will not touch your household. Yes, we may have people to pass away, but celebrate that they are gone. They don't have to deal with this craziness that we're living in. It's us, the people that are left here. We're the ones that have to make a difference. We're the ones that have to get in tune with God and bring truth, light, love, clarity, peace to people that are here that are panicking and they don't know God. This is a sign right now. Get in tune with God, okay? Because we don't know when we're going to go. Everybody's in panic mode right now. And you need not to be in panic mode if you are in tune with God and you know who your provider is. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. Amen? So we're not worried about lack. Now, what about lacking tissue, water, necessities? God will provide, and he always has. Okay, so, like I said, I had made this video months ago before talking about a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual warfare that we are embarking on, okay? And you guys have to get in tune spiritually. You guys are physically trying to protect yourself, but spiritually protect yourself. Protect your energy. Protect your home. It's sacred. Now it's to the point where they want everybody to stay at home. That's why I'm very protective of my house, my home. It's my sanctuary, okay? I don't allow any negativity to enter my home, period. Now that you are basically shunned to your house, they're telling everybody to stay at home. What you doing while you at home? That's another thing. You know, they're shutting down churches. They don't want people to meet in churches. And some people is like, they're so depressed because they can't get to the church. And I've always thought that, yes, it's good to go to church and fellowship. But church, we are the church. Okay? The word should continuously be in your heart. The word should continuously be on your mouth. That way, if you can't go to church and things like that, you can still minister to yourself. You can still pray for yourself. You can still protect yourself, your children, your family. You don't have to go to church. And now it's to the point they don't even want you to go to church. Now what are you going to stand on? Do you know the word? Do you know how a lot of times people was going to church, they ain't cracked them Bibles. That's the only time they ever cracked them Bibles open was on Sunday. Now what you going to do? You at home now. Open your word. Get in tune with your word. And understand what it says. Times like this have already been prophesied, okay? And like I said, you know, I've been on this spiritual journey for a couple of years now, and it's my gifts are getting more enhanced. They are getting more enhanced, the dreams and visions that I have. And I didn't want to get on here and speak. I've been grieving. I've been grieving my aunt. I've been grieving the losses my family has taken. But God was like, no, you pull yourself up because people need to know the truth. And they need to know it's a spiritual warfare, and they need to get ready. Get your house in order. This is not a game. It's not a game. Okay? So you guys have to know it's a spiritual warfare. I cannot stress it enough. Okay? When you are at home by yourself, call out to God and ask him to show you what you need to do, because we all have a purpose. Even though they telling us we can't go out, you do what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with protecting your family, protecting your children, you know, doing your hand sanitizing, things like that. But spiritually, protect yourself. And I'm very grateful for those dreams and visions that I had back in January, because it let me know, even though these demons and these negative energies and entities will come to your door, if you are rooted in Christ, it won't touch you. It won't touch your family. It won't touch your children. When you are rooted in Christ, when things like this happen, it rolls off your back. Jehovah Jireh, my provider. God will provide. And like I said, everybody going crazy, going store to store. They going crazy, talking about everything's sold out. Everything's sold. Honey, I done been to the store several times. And every time I go in there, it's plenty of water on the shelf. It's plenty of bread on the shelf. It's plenty of diapers to be bought. It's plenty of wipes to be bought. I've never had to go to 2 or 3 different stores to buy anything. And matter of fact, I got my own store, so I could just get online and click and have the stuff delivered to my house. There's not a shortage. When you're rooted in God, you'll never lack anything. Even when the world around you is going crazy, you will be at peace. I've been at peace. It's nothing. Yeah, I'm upset that, you know, the schools is closing, the daycare is closing. I don't know what I'm going to do about work, but I know at the end of the day, God will provide. Okay? So like I said, you guys have to get in tune and know it's a spiritual warfare. Get in tune with God spiritually. Okay? And I know I'm sitting here and I'm on a mission to bring truth, to bring clarity, to bring peace, love, and light to you all through my visions, my dreams, what God gives me to speak about and share it with you guys on the internet. Because the way it's looking, honey, this is probably going to be the only form of communication we're going to have. This is all we're going to be able to do is get on here and stream, because they don't want us to go nowhere. But like I said, I'm glad that stuff like this happens. That way a switch can go off. Everybody's spending all this money to look good, designer, going to concerts, NBA games, all that stuff. It was fine and dandy, but you was forgetting about God, right? We were idolizing these people. People were idolizing LeBron James and all these NBA players and entertainers. And now when stuff like this happen, you don't see them people nowhere. They ain't speaking on nothing that's going on, because they scared and they don't understand it. Okay, but when you're rooted And God, you understand, it's a spiritual warfare. So you guys get your houses in order. Get ready, okay? Get ready, because this is, honey, this is only March. This is only March. And that's another thing I forgot to mention. When I had this dream on January 25th, like I said, I keep a dream journal. That way I could go back and be like, God was really speaking to me in my dreams. I had this dream January 25th this year. And when those entities fled from my house, I walked outside of my house, and outside of my door, there was a calendar hanging up, and it had the month of March on the calendar. And I didn't understand it when I woke up and I wrote it down. I'm like, March? What is the significance of March? What is March? And now that things are happening, God was showing me, my auntie, it's March. My auntie passed away. This coronavirus is going crazy. March. The Ides of March. Beware. If you guys have never heard that saying before, beware of the Ides of March. March. Okay, we ain't nothing but a couple months into this new year, 2020, the year of clearer vision. People are waking up. It's time to wake up. Open your eyes. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you drive, where you live. Because when things like this happen and you ain't got nobody and you can't go nowhere, who you gonna call on? The Most High. Get it right with God, okay? We are in the end times, and people have been preaching and saying it for years. We are in the end times. Get your house warm. But when stuff like this happens, the light bulb should go off. Get your house in order. Make things right. We don't have time to be beefing. We don't have time for drama, negativity. We don't have time to be, and a lot of times people don't understand. When you guys are worried about getting tissue and water and stuff, you guys, that's low vibrational stuff. When you're worried and you're panicking, you guys are manifesting this virus to spread the way that it is. You're manifesting this stuff because you're fearing it and you're worried about, oh my God, what if I get it? Or what if no. When you are rooted in God, honey, I love, and a lot of people, they going crazy because they going to be at home, stuck in the house with their kids. Honey, I love being at home because it is my sacred sanctuary. I meditate here. I cleanse my energy here. I meditate here. I manifest here. I write here. I pray here. I live here. I love it. So you people that, got to be out and be around other people to feel like you're somebody, God is letting, this is the time. No, you don't need to be in tune with nobody but him. Okay. So now that you guys are, having to be stuck in the house, or they telling you guys not to be stuck, to stay home or whatever, use that time to get back in tune with Source, to get back in tune with God, okay? All of this stuff has been prophesied, and blessings and prayers to the women, like I said, that have children during this time. They're shutting the hospitals down to where if you have doctor's appointments, you got to take your kids and stuff to the doctors. You can't nobody go in there but one person. Or if you got elderly family members that you take to the doctor and things like that, you can't even go in there with them. You just got to drop them off. Sorry, y'all. You just got to drop them off. I'll drop my phone. So when I think about stuff like this, and yes, I was sad that we lost my auntie, but I'm glad that she is in a better place, because during this time we wouldn't have been able to visit her. We'd have been worried sick if she's eating, if they're taking care of her right. So I do pray for the families that may have people in nursing homes and in hospitals that are sick. Pray for your family that they are protected, that God is with them. His angels are with them, protecting them and making sure that they are okay until this passes over. This is not the time to be playing games. It's time to get it together. And you guys get in tune spiritually. Like I said, it's a spiritual warfare. Yes, things manifest here physically, viruses, things like that. But it's a spiritual warfare. Angels are fighting on our behalf. To the believers, you guys know what's going on, what's up. So get in tune with God. Thank you guys for tuning in. I didn't want to get on here that long, but I just wanted to kind of share, some of the dreams and visions that I've had this year. And this right here has been like the stamp. Because sometimes I have dreams and visions I don't understand until things happen. Then I'm like, wow. You know what I mean? So now I want to get more in tune and be better, when I do have these dreams and visions, to let you guys know, anytime that God does something or anything, anytime something's getting ready to go on in the world, God would always send like a messenger. He will use people to let you guys know what's happening. He'll use you if you get in tune with him. He'll show you things that are going to happen before it even happens. That way you'll be prepared. You won't be worried. I'm not worried at all. I'm at peace. I love it. 2020, the year of clear vision, honey. We're waking up. And if you're not waking up, you should be. You should be. Wake up, get in tune with God, get your house in order, okay? That we are this is the rapture. People are dying left and right. Thousands of people are dying left and right. And all we can do is just pray that this thing passes over, but that it opens our eyes, that we get more in tune with, get more in tune with your family, people that you love and care about. Check on them, text them, whatever it is. But, there's nothing wrong with physically protecting yourself, getting your mask and things like that. But at the end of the day, none of that stuff is going to help you, okay? The only thing that's going to help you is God himself. Get back in tune. I'm finna get off of here because my baby, he's crying. He's missing me. So, you guys, thank you for tuning in to Divinity Beauty Speaks. It's been a while since I did a video. So, like I said, I'm going to link my video, Spiritual. The way you guys can check it out. Also, if you are running into having problems getting water, tissue, and things like that, go and shop at my site. Like I said, I'm at home chilling. I could just click. Go to www.shop.com/divinityliving, or you can go to www.shop.com/eudorabeauty and get your water, hand sanitizer, all things like that you need. So, you guys, I'm getting off of here. You guys have a good evening.